to be frank. Like, I was at a point where I was like, bro, we are screaming into the void and there's nothing going on and nobody cares or wants to listen. And that's fine. Like, that does not determine my value or my worth. But also, this is a lot of work. And if
A
nobody
lot.
cares about it, like, I don't want to just keep screaming into the void just to hear myself and Darcy talk. I can send her a voice memo. It's a lot faster.
Well, and so the crazy thing is, too, like, with all of this, right? If we, on Saturday, when we recorded a bunch of episodes, we actually had already recorded this episode. And we were really tired.
Yeah.
So it wasn't great. But we were also both a little, like, you could kind of tell that we were both a little disheartened. Oren accidentally posts on a Sunday night. We finally figured out how to break the 200 view count on our Instagram reels.
Yeah.
We both gained 20 more followers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
I mean, it's grown so much.
The TikTok took off.
Oh my gosh.
I had 120 followers. No, sorry. I had less than 100. I had 57 followers on Sunday. Today, as of right now, before we recorded this, I looked at it. I have 191 followers on that TikTok. That's insane. That's over 100 new followers just by changing up our posting.
Do you want bubbly in the shot?
Yes.
All right, cool. Great. Let me start then. Here we go. Hey guys, and welcome back to the Untitled Work In podcast. I am your co-host Lauren.
And I'm your co-host Darcy.
And Darcy is taking a big gulp of a hopeful sponsor. If you can't see because you're not watching the video on YouTube, she's got bubbly in her hand.
Bubbly.
And she drinks it like every episode, so maybe they'll sponsor us someday.
Maybe someday.
It'd probably be cheaper for them to sponsor us than to give us a lifetime supply of bubbly at this point.
That is true. I drink an insane amount. I'm actually going to start a tower of the empty boxes in the background.
Dang.
So I like it. People could just watch the progression of how much bubbly I drink.
Should just have that as like a social media asset where you're just like a reel where it's like boop, 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 boop. Like this was act 1. This was like layer it in like the acts of the story beats or whatever. Like,
that's a great idea actually, because I still have all the boxes from so far writing because we haven't taken it to like the recycling center yet.
Nice.
So they're sitting in the corner over there.
I love it. This is a great opportunity for social media, which is actually going to be one of the 2 main themes of today's episode, because we've learned a thing or two since the last time you heard us griping about how much social media sucks.
We learned a pretty cool thing.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. But before we dive into that, Darcy, what have you been working on lately, and what is on your to-do list for the next couple weeks?
Well, everybody knows what I've been working on is Act 1. And we are currently officially done with Act 1. And we will be going into Act 2 here in the next couple of days. We currently, right now, we're working on a second run through of Act 1 to really like nail down what we're doing. So I'm doing my second read through and I'm trying to like make it less disjointed on Act 1 right now. That's what I'm currently working on. Yeah. And then the coming weeks, I will be working on Act 2. Hopefully it's less disjointed because I'll actually be able to focus.
Yes.
That's been rough.
It's been hard. I mean, I don't think people understand how much work goes into the podcast. Even though, like, you're showing up and doing the interview portion, like, that's, like, the main thing that you're doing for the podcast, you still are, like, we're recording guest interviews in advance and stuff so we can have those, like, ready to go just for people's schedules and stuff. But, like, sometimes that takes up an entire Saturday for us. And that's, like, your day to write because you have school, you have work, like...
Yeah, I mean, last weekend we recorded 4 episodes.
That's wild.
Like, in one weekend, like...
That's so
and
wild.
they're like an hour long, and then Like, the
When we
guest
start
episodes
chatting.
the guest episodes are always an hour. Ours might be a little bit shorter, but that doesn't mean me and Lauren haven't gotten stuck chatting for an hour beforehand like we did today.
Pretty much. I know. Oh,
Yeah.
I know. I literally started recording, so I was like, this will keep us from chit-chatting. We will dive into it. And we're now starting at like 20 minutes into the recording, which I'll trim it so that people don't hear all of the rabbit holes we went down. Or maybe at the end of the episode, you can hear some of the rabbit holes. But yeah, it's a lot. So like, yeah, and then having to get into the flow of things and like we've talked about before, like writing.
Yeah, the coming in and out is just, it's rough. And then I'll come up with an idea when I get pulled out of it. So then I'm like, oh, I got to put this in it. And then it doesn't like flow. Like there's literally an entire chapter where I hadn't been able to write for like 2 days because I was just so slammed with work and school, because my second class started and homework to do every night, instead of on the weekends. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Thankfully it's spring break, but I didn't even know that until my roommate was like, yeah, it's spring break, that's why you don't have any homework. And I was like,
what?
Okay.
You're in school and your roommate knows more than you about
right.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, so like an entire chapter that Lauren and me were talking about, and Lauren was just like, hey, so, and I was like, yeah, no, I know.
Don't say anything else. I know.
just leave it, it's fine. I'll
Stop
fix it
the
in
voice
post.
memo here. Nope. Oh, man.
Well, yeah, so that's like the main things that I'm working on, Unholy Vows wise. It's like the podcast recordings with you, and then Act 1 and 2. There's other things, but we'll go into that in a minute.
Yes.
Lauren, what are you currently working on?
Oh, man. I'm looking over at my to-do list journal. I got one of those fun journals that, like, gives you, like, days, and then you, like, have only X amount of lines that you can fill out, which is actually helpful because I fill out the entire thing, and I'm like, I have no more room to do things, let alone, like, to list things out, let alone to do them, so...
Your schedule is insane, too. Like,
it's wild. But yeah, I've, so up until now, I've been editing all of the guest episodes, getting social media assets created for them, editing the episodes themselves. We have 2 more guests that we're going to record with that I'm super, super stoked about. One of them is kind of coming on as like a bonus episode because, yeah, they're fantastic and we wanted to make it fit on our schedule and we didn't technically have a guest slot, so we said, screw it, we're going to put them in.
We're doing another one.
Yeah. So hopefully if all works out and everything goes well, then we'll have a bonus episode to give you guys that is actually phenomenal and like the best way to end season 2.
Yeah, very excited.
And then
also, just because we have 2 more guests to record with, just so you guys know, that's not just 2 more guest episodes. We've got plenty more coming.
We've got like 6, I think. 6 more guest episodes or something like that. Yeah.
We've recorded most of them already.
Yes. Yeah. So we've recorded all but 2. So yeah. Anyways, the last 2 I'm super, super stoked about. Not that I haven't been stoked about everyone else. There's so much great content out there. Every time I listen to it and recording, I'm like, I have like a little notepad that I'm like, homework for Darcy and I when things aren't so busy.
And she sends it to me. She's like, hey, this was homework. And I'm like,
she's like, I already have homework. I know, it's wild. I've started voice memoing Darcy, and I'm sure she hates it, because I'm like, and this thought came to me in the middle of the night. Here's a 5-minute description of it.
I actually don't hate it.
It
makes it, like, a lot easier. I literally, like, yesterday when I got home, I was listening to, like, the 5-minute, like, I think there was like 2 back-to-back 5 minutes one, and I was just listening to it while I was making dinner.
Yeah, it's so handy. Yeah, it's kind of like Marco Polo used to be. You know, you could like video people, send like a video text. Like, I so appreciate that because it's easier than sending like a book length of text. Like, I don't know if you do that as well or if any of the listeners do that, but like, I'm guilty of that so often.
You get my weird punctuated, not grammatically correct ones because I'm talking to text most of the time.
Voice text. Yeah. Yeah, this is definitely easier from a grammatical standpoint. But
for sure.
Yeah, so working on the podcast, getting that wrapped up from a guest standpoint, which is awesome. Super stoked for that. We have something simmering on the back burner that we are excited about that came to us.
We're mentioning that now?
No, I'm not. I'm just saying there's something on the back burner.
Talking about the thing? We've been conking our noggins together and shaking out all the nooks and crannies.
Yeah.
So,
There's a lot.
Yeah, we've got some pretty good stuff. You're currently also working on editing Act 1 with me, right?
Yeah, so I'm also editing Act 1 with Darcy. I'm jumping in and I'm writing scenes where she gets writer's block on, because that actually has worked out. I think that's worked out really well, where it's like, you're like, I don't know what to put here, and I'm like, no problem, let me just throw some words on there. And like, I don't know, like Very 1,000 helpful. Words later, there's some sort of scene for her to work on, wrestle through, say, this is garbage, I have a better idea, delete.
It helps jog in any way it does. I'm like, and I mean, the one time I did it, so far that I've been able to like go back and edit, I think I turned 3 pages into 8. So
yeah, it's good.
Very helpful.
Yeah, and then that's also got my writer's juices going. So I've been like super wanting to write. I don't know how to say that. So I started a Substack basically, and I'm writing like almost like a Wattpad style serialized thing that follows year 1, which is where the book picks up at the end of year 1 of their marriage. So it's just cute. And it also helped me remember that I'm writing a rom-com, because I wrote the first chapter and published it, and then I read it back and I'm like, this is really sad and depressing.
Yeah, that's so been the issue I've been having too. And also, just a little fun tidbit, I found out about the Substack through Instagram stories.
I can't believe I didn't tell you about it. I thought I told you about it.
It was so funny. The stories pop up because I have like all of your notifications on, so I can make sure I'm like interacting with our stuff.
Yeah.
So I got the notification, I clicked on it, and I said, I'm sorry.
What is this?
What is this? Who's writing these?
Lauren is, because she wants to write.
Yes, yeah. And so we're trying to make Unholy Vows more cohesive. So, which unfortunately means that like Lauren's not typing like the main chunks of the story, so that it's just more cohesive. But we are like communicating a ton. Yeah. Which, reading back the Nostalgia of You, was definitely our best chapters. Were the ones where like one of us wrote it and then we both like picked it apart and like went back and forth. Those are our best chapters. So
and I'm hoping that that's what will translate in Unholy Vows, is this novel that we're writing, is that like with you writing the main stuff and then me going in and doing segments where you get writer's block, then we'll go back through and we'll both pick it apart, and it won't feel like I'm picking on you kind of a thing, because we'll pick all of it apart and be like, this doesn't make any sense, what were we thinking? Probably nothing, because it was 2 a.m.
Yeah.
So
I've got to learn, I got to figure out how to be less sensitive when it comes to taking criticisms, because like, man, it's crazy. Sometimes I'll sit there and I'll be like reading through like the first read through, right, of the comments. And it's nothing on you. It's just like, as I'm reading them, I'm like, ugh, and I get so mad. And then my second read through, I'm like, oh no, okay, this this makes sense.
Yeah, no, I get it. I feel the same way, but I think that's what I missed about Wattpad, is that like, and why I'm doing the Substack thing, is because I just like, I loved getting like audience feedback and then being able to go back and read it and like the reader feedback and be like, oh, okay, yeah, that didn't make sense, let me clarify it in this next chapter, or I'll make a note in the manuscript itself that when I go back and do like an actual full edit of it or a second pass for writing, be like, you need to clarify this, because at this point readers were like, I don't know what you're talking about, girl. So like, I don't like Wattpad is what it is now, but like I do like I really appreciated that element of it back in the day. So I'm trying to like curate it on Substack. So if you're on Substack as a writer, drop your Substack link in the comments so that I can go see what else other people are writing and just kind of like join in and get to chit chat with people. But yeah, so that's what I've been working on.
To do. Yeah.
Oh, good.
Lots of stuff. Oh, I was just gonna say it's nice to do with the comments, and honestly, like, that's like one of the really good things about having a co-writer, because not only do me and Lauren see the world very differently through like different lenses, and not only like, you know, is Lauren religious and I'm not, so those are all things that play in, but also we read very differently, which is really cool, because I'll do something where I'm like, if I was reading this book, I'd get it, because I'm like basing it off of other books. Yeah, I'm basing it off of like books that I've read that I enjoy, which aren't your cup of tea. So then coming in as like a reader from a different genre, a different way, you're like, we need to clarify this. And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, actually, no, you're right. That makes sense, because we want to make everybody be able to understand what's happening.
Right, and I think, too, like, one thing that I'm guilty of is, like, diving super deep into a genre and not, like becoming blind to the, like, it's going to sound harsh, but becoming blind to, like, the lazy writing elements of, like, not explaining certain things, because I've read so many of them, I just, like, oh, yeah, I would just get it. But then I go into a different genre that I haven't dived into, and I'm all of a sudden like, wait, I don't understand that part, because I haven't, like, immersed myself in it, or someone in a book early enough on in my reading of that genre didn't, like, explain it really well, so that I just got it when I was reading someone else's book who didn't dive into that or explain it.
Right, yeah, which is, like, super common amongst, like, a lot of reading that I've done, too, where I'm like, I don't get it, and then I've read, like, and then I'll read a bunch more in that genre, and I'm like, okay, I think I get it, and then, like, I'll see a post on Threads, and they're like, hey, did you know this means this? And I'm like, no.
I think I get it now.
Now I definitely get it.
Got it. Yeah, so anyways, that's what I've been working on. My to-do list for the next couple weeks, or at least between now and when I see the rest of you guys, or see you guys again, is going to be to get all of Act 2 and hopefully Act 3 done in the beats, in the story beat section, and then create a lot more social media assets and, like, do better about posting more. I don't know how to say that, but, like, just lean into posting social media content well.
The biggest thing, so leading into social media, leading into it, topic, one of our topics for the episode, we, at least I, personally, have to figure out or accept the fact that most of the stuff that I'm doing while I'm making it is going to be cringe. Like, I'm being authentic and true, like, I'm being me, but, like, doing the video, like, I did a trial reel, it flopped, that's why I haven't shared it, like, publicly.
Okay, but you tried.
I did, but it was just, so I recorded my cat just being a cat, and then I did, like, a voiceover, but I made it the helium voice effect, so she's like, hey, stop scrolling, have you written today? And then she, looks away from the camera, so then I have her go, like, no, well, that's disappointing, and then she looks back and says, well, you should get on that, and it's a bad video, the lighting's terrible.
Oh, that sounds like a cute concept, though.
Yeah, if I could, if I wasn't 30 years old trying to figure out how to film content.
I'm telling you, I used to think I was good at tech, and then I don't know if I've just been, like, out of the game, or if it's just advanced, or if I just am so busy and there's so much to learn that, like, I just don't have the time. But I feel so dumb sometimes when I'm like, I'm not even an elder millennial. I'm not Gen X. I have no excuse. Like,
right.
Well, but also,
the crazy thing to me is like, Instagram, we were there when it was formed.
Yeah.
Like, I've been on Instagram since Instagram started, I'm pretty sure.
Maybe.
Because I was on it, like, in middle school or high school or whatever it was. Like, I was very little on Instagram. I shouldn't have been on Instagram.
Hindsight.
Yeah. But, and I still don't get it. It's because it's always rapidly changing and, like, growing.
Yeah, and, like, I want to do trial reels, and I can't find the button, and I hit what I thought was, like, the amount of, like, followers you needed to get the button, and then the button still hasn't appeared, and I just haven't had time to, like, take Instagram off and then re-download it and see if that helps with it, or, like, continue Googling, why don't I have access to trial reels? So, if anybody knows, help a sister out. Drop something in the comments.
Please, Lauren, we've been trying to figure this out.
Please, Darcy, stop bothering me with your tech questions.
I literally logged into an old Instagram account that I haven't touched because it was, like, my original account that I, like, archived. I logged into it just to get Lauren one more follower because we thought that would get her trial reels, and she still doesn't have them. And it's very frustrating.
Like, I have, like, another 20 followers now on top of that.
Like,
and it's still like, I don't know.
Like, you got, like, a ton, like, I don't know. Well, speaking of getting a ton more followers and buttons and not finding buttons, we stumbled upon a very interesting thing for social media posting.
We did.
Lauren stumbled upon it because
Because I was too tired.
Schedule a trial or a reel. She doesn't know how to schedule a reel.
Okay, I know how to schedule a reel. I just was so... okay, here's what happened. I'm going to set the story straight before you tell them some variation of this. Okay, here's what happened. It was late on a Sunday night, and I was super tired, and I went, oh, shoot, we've been playing this board game for, like, hours, and I forgot to schedule the reel to go out on Monday. Let me schedule that. And so I'm trying to put the board game away while I'm scheduling the reel, like, one-handedly. And I don't know if this is me or if this is just how it's set up, but, like, I put in all the info, like, the thumbnail, I put in the copyright, the caption, I, like, tag everybody who's going to be in it, and then I have to exit out and go back in to then have access to the bottom part where I can schedule it. Like, it makes me, like, log out and back in. It freezes the screen when I input all that info, so I can't just, like, immediately schedule it.
You need to update Instagram.
All right, that'll be the thing I do after this. But so I have to hit, like, go out, and I just forgot about it for a second. I just hit send as instead of schedule, and it just sent it out at, like, 10:30 on a Sunday night. Yeah. And I looked at it, and I realized it went out, and I just felt it wasn't happening. And I texted Darcy.
She literally...
And I go,
she literally texted me. I was like sitting there and I get the notification. I'm like, what? Sundays, like, Lauren doesn't do things on Sundays. What is happening? So I go in and I'm like, okay, cool. I'm going to accept the collaborator. I'm going to like it. And then Lauren texts me and she's just like, hey, so that happened. I'm leaving it.
I'm too tired to fix it. It'll be fine. Whatever. And then we were like, okay. And we went to bed. And then what happened, Darcy?
And then we woke up and we had over 1,000 views on that video when we woke up in the morning. Yeah. Which we haven't broken 1,000 views on any of our videos. We've gotten close, but it usually stops. Like, I think the closest we've gotten was like 900 and something, and it stopped, like, gaining traction.
Yeah, on one of Sasha Vinogradova, the book cover artist's reels. Like, if you guys haven't seen those, you should check them out because she's got some phenomenal insights into book cover design. But I think hers was the highest one that had ever gotten anything. It was like 940 something or 60 something, and then it just kind of slowed. But yeah, anyways, I don't want to. Yeah, I want you to be able to, like, describe it all. But it was just like we woke up and we were like, huh, and then I think we just kind of went, huh, for the rest of the day, and then we were like, maybe this is a thing we should do.
Right. Because I texted Lauren. I was like, no, Lauren texted me and was like, have you seen the views? And I was like, no, hang on, let me look. And I looked at it. And I was like, dude. Yeah. What? And then Lauren, and then we, like, radio silence, right? Because I went to work. Lauren went to doing her work. Radio silence. We didn't talk. And then all of a sudden, it's like 5 p.m. And Lauren texts me. And she's like, so just so you know, I didn't post the social media today because I already posted it last night, but we're going to start posting in the evenings. And she actually went and pulled an extra social media so we could post something that Monday night. Yeah. And she posted it at, like, I think it was like 10:30ish. Yeah. Yeah. And lo and behold, the next morning we woke up and that would have over 1,000 views.
All of you guys are awake at night. We had no idea. We thought you were hanging out in the morning.
We should have known that. Late at night or early in the morning. That's when writers do our best work. We should have known that.
Well, I've been trying early morning stuff and nothing was popping.
That's true.
So, yeah, so that reel is, I think, as of recording this, which is Friday night, whatever today is, which is the Friday night. So it's been only like 4 or 5 days. That one's at like 3,600 views and I think 80, 90 likes and like several comments and stuff. So just as like receipts and everything. Like that's where it's at.
The Monday one is in the 2,000s now, and I think it's got like 40-ish likes on it. Yeah. Yeah. So, and every single video we've posted, I think there's one of them currently that's under 1,000, but it's like right under. It's like in the 900s. Yeah.
Yeah. So if it hasn't broke 1,000, it's in the 900 range, which is just wild and like very exciting for us because, like, to be honest, or like just to be frank, like I was at a point where I was like, bro, we are screaming into the void and there's nothing going on and nobody cares or wants to listen, and that's fine. Like, that does not determine my value or my worth, but also this is a lot of work, and if nobody cares about it, like, I don't want to just keep screaming into the void just to hear myself and Darcy talk, I can send her a voice memo. It's a lot faster.
Well, and so the crazy thing is, too, like, with all of this, right, if we, on Saturday, when we recorded a bunch of episodes, we actually had already recorded this episode, and we were really tired, so it wasn't great, but we were also both a little, like, you could kind of tell that we were both a little disheartened.
Yes, very much so.
And we weren't, like, having the passion in the podcast, and then that was actually the day we talked about, like, having issues and not knowing what we were going to do and would we continue, like, how this was going to go.
Yeah.
And then Lauren accidentally posts on a Sunday night. We finally figured out how to break the 200 view count on our Instagram reels.
Yeah.
We both gained 20 more followers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
I mean, it's grown so much.
The TikTok took off.
My gosh.
I had 120 followers. No, sorry. I had less than 100. I had 57 followers on Sunday. Today, as of right now, before we recorded this, I looked at it. I have 191 followers on that TikTok. That's insane. That's over 100 new followers just by changing up our posting.
Right. Yeah. So I guess the takeaway from all of this is, like, if you're doing something and it's not working, like, it could be a couple of things, right? It could be the content itself. It could be the quality of the content, you know, or it could be the timing of the content. So it's like, you know, I think there's an element too of, like, remembering to try and iterate and everything. And so for us, that accidental posting late at night, like, helped us unlock that element. And so, yeah,
and I mean, everybody knows, you know, I'm not a religious person, but Lauren is. And the fact that happened on a Sunday, when Lauren's usually...
the Lord's favor.
that's literally, that's your day of rest. Like, you take that for, like, the religious purposes and just for the relaxation purposes. And that's God's day, I guess, right?
It's a time to... No, it's just a time to, like, unplug from, like, all the craziness of life and the busyness of life, and to be able to, like, sit and just have time with God and not be in a rush in, like, the day-to-day of life. And so, like, Kendon and I are actually really territorial about that day. Like, I don't do work. We don't even schedule stuff with people. Like, if something happens in the moment, like, we'll go do, like, lunch or brunch or hang with people or go do stuff, but, like, we don't even, like, schedule stuff. We want to be able to just, like...
Lauren doesn't text me back on Sundays. If I need something, I'm getting it on Monday.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden, something happened. So, you know, call it, you know, your favor.
Divine favor.
Yeah, your favor with the man upstairs. Call it the universe hearing us. You know, whatever you want to call it. It, like, we stumbled upon it, and it happened, and crazy difference.
Well, especially the timing of it, too, is kind of wild. Of, like, literally 2 days before that, I was, like, and, like, full transparency, I was telling Darcy, like, after season 3, I'm gonna have to pull the plug if we haven't figured this out to a certain point, because it's, again, it is a lot of work. It is so much fun. Like, I love doing this, but it also just, it's a lot of work. And so it's like, how long do you keep banging your head against the wall before you realize that wall ain't going anywhere? And all we needed to do was take a step to the left and then walk forward.
Right. We just had to maneuver around the wall. Because, I mean, I've said it, like, I think before, this is basically a second full-time job. Like, the podcast is a full-time job, the book is a full-time job, and then, you know, we have our other full-time jobs, because, you know, Lauren still works in the film industry, so she's still doing, like, crazy hours on film sets. Like, I mean, there was a few episodes ago, Kelly's episode, like, Lauren had to tune in from a film set, like...
Yeah, so, that was wild. Kelly was very gracious.
Yeah, she was, Speaking of, I got her books.
Ooh, exciting!
Yeah,
yay.
So I'm excited to read
Kelly
those.
Scriven. Is it Scriven? It's Scriven, right?
Scriven, yeah.
Yes, okay,
yeah.
cool.
I did ask her, like, 6 times before we filmed her episode, too.
Okay,
so.
Perfect. Sweet.
But, we're bad with names. Don't judge us. Anyways. But yeah, so it's a lot of work, like Lauren was saying, and Lauren does a lot of other things, like, on the back end too that's more than, because like, you know, I'm here, I show up for the podcast, like I make like some social media content like on the side, and I like try to keep up with our postings, but like the podcast is Lauren's, and I still feel like this is a full-time job, so I can only imagine.
Darcy's like, you want me to show up when, for how long?
Right.
Don't you know it's my writing time? What do you want, a book or a podcast?
Yeah, tell me.
No, but it's,
but,
the social media stuff is hard. I know so many other people resonate with that. Like, it's hard to know, is it me? Is it the content? Is it the timing? Is it the quality? Like, there's so many factors to it, and there's so few, like, resources out there to help guide authors through how to do it. And like you said earlier, like, it changes so fast. Like, it's like fast. Changing every couple days, every couple weeks. And you're just like, I learned something. And then you're like, yeah, that's obsolete. Forget it. And you're
that doesn't work anymore.
What?
Like, hashtags, not a thing.
No, not really.
Apparently using viral sounds also isn't a thing anymore. So.
Oh. Well, that's okay. We're leaning into the rom-com music.
Yeah.
It's cute.
But yeah, like, so we've got more things in the works coming with the social media and finally figuring out at least a portion-ish of it. I mean, you know, 3,000 views still isn't, like, crazy when it comes to social media influencing, but that's, for us, that's amazing.
Yes,
like,
it's a huge step in the right direction. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. It's brought up our listens. I think the last time we talked to you guys, our average listening was, like, 9. And I think it's now up to 15. So
yay, we're growing. So keep sharing the podcast, guys.
Yeah, please. But we're also, like, we've opened up new avenues. So something that I'm working on through the Untitled Working Podcast TikTok. I now have access to lives because we've reached over 100 followers. Yay! Yeah. So I will be creating a virtual book club.
Yay!
Yeah, so the first book's probably going to be Kelly's. So
fun.
If anybody's interested and they want to join, this is the second book, hang on. And they want to join the book club for the first official TikTok Live book club, this is the book that we will be reading. Taking Flight by Kay Scriven.
Woo! Nice. We didn't even tell Kelly this. She's going to hear this episode and be like, wait, you're what?
Hey, surprise! So, I will be doing that. Hopefully, once... I don't have a set date of when it's going to start just yet, because I'm really focused on the book, the Unholy Vows, but I'll put out, like, an announcements leading up to it, like, getting people hyped for it. But if you want to read... I'll be on live. Like, it'll be me on that video. And you can talk to me. You can yell at me. You can... tell me my podcast is bad.
Well, you'd have to listen to it to say that, so you come listen to it first.
But interact with it. We'll have fun. Yeah. I'm weird. You guys get a very curated version of me.
A curated version? We get a focused version. What are you talking about?
Curated. Yeah, it's not curated. I'm kidding. It's... You get
the amount of rabbit trails we go down. This is not curated.
Yeah, there's no such. No, this is me. This is fully what you're gonna get if you do a live with me. You're gonna. Curated wasn't the right word. You get focused. Yeah, you get a very focused version of me on here because I'm able to, like, be like, okay, we have to talk about this. This is what we're doing.
And I'm like, hey, Darcy, come back. And sometimes you're like, hey, Lauren, come back. And so we keep each other back on the main path.
Yeah. But yeah, so if you guys want to talk to me live, that will be coming to you soon.
Yeah. Yeah, super exciting. Speaking of, though, all of the Act 1 stuff that you've been writing.
Yes.
I definitely want to touch on, like, story beats for a second because we talk about Save the Cat a lot.
We do.
Yes. And I really appreciate the structure of it. And I know that for some people, it's like, okay, what is Save the Cat? And just kind of, like, diving into it.
So the premise. Okay, I'm going to interview you. Hello, Lauren. Welcome to Untitled Working Podcast.
Oh, hello.
Happy to have you here. What's on your TBR?
What's on my TBR? Our book.
Yeah.
I don't have to wait for it to come out, though.
Unholy Vows by Darcy Michaela and Lauren Westfall.
Yes. Yeah.
So, Lauren, for our listeners that maybe don't know what Save the Cat is, can you summarize it a little bit just to give people a vibe?
Yeah. So Save the Cat is a method in which you can write your story. It walks you through the conception of an idea all the way through the completion of writing the manuscript. It originally was created by someone in the film industry at kind of the height of spec scripts. And so he actually has since passed. And so all the books written after, I think, the first book are written by other people, but they all, like, focus on, like, the style and the, like, information that he had and curated. So, like, there's Save the Cat writes a novel, which I actually have right here because I've been doing all the act stuff. So Save the Cat writes a novel. Look at that. I didn't even plan that.
Aw, kitty.
I know. Yeah. So cute.
I love the cat on it. It's so cute.
Yes. Oh my gosh. And
is that why you asked me if the cat was going to be orange?
No. I mean, probably subconsciously, yes, but no. I didn't even think about that until just now.
That's so good. Okay.
Actually, you know why I asked? Okay, so the slight, like, backstory is that in Unholy Vows there's a cat. Ooh, exciting. Kitty.
The cat lives.
Yes, of course.
I don't want anybody to panic, right? Because we're talking about a zombie world. I don't want anybody
to live.
Yeah, I don't. Don't panic,
guys. That's too dark.
Yeah, no, the cat lives.
Yes, 100%. Cat lives. This is not John Wick. Good grief.
Oh no.
No, but I texted Darcy that the cat originally was like a stereotype cat that's in movies and books, and I was like, oh, you know what? When I've fostered cats in the past, the cats that have the hardest time getting adopted are the striped tabby cats, or like sometimes the orange cats, because they're just chaos in a little furry bundle.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh, it'd be really cool to like feature like one of those kind of a thing. But maybe the book also subconsciously influenced me to suggest orange.
You never know.
Anyways, but yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, and a little fun fact: the cat's name that we came up with is an ode to a dog I rescued. So
yeah.
Potato.
Oh, went off to have a great family. Rode off.
Family has
sunset.
a boat.
Oh, dang! That dog's living a life.
She is better life than me.
Yeah. All right. She's definitely safe from the zombie apocalypse.
There we go.
Oh gosh. But anyways, yeah. So Save the Cat. It's a framework in which to write your story. So the Save the Cat novel was written by somebody else, but using Blake Snyder's framework. And so basically it just gives you, like, if you were to look at any movie or book, theoretically you should be able to put it in this framework and see these moments. And they're supposedly, I mean, I know that's kind of like air quotes supposedly, hit at certain points. And you also have to remember this was at the height of speculative scripts. And, like, that just doesn't really happen anymore. Like, all of the studios and, like, even a lot of, like, indie companies are leaning into IP. It's like there's a new wing of, I think, Ingram Sparks that actually is just dedicated to taking indie books and connecting them to production companies.
Yeah.
So there's a whole like space now dedicated to that element of like trying to get IP that already exists, that has a following, and then translate it into the movie sphere. Wow. So there's so much risk aversion in both publishing and in the movie industry right now that like spec stuff is just not as common. But if you think about it, spec is also supposed to be a little bit more of like just the crazy out there, like this is an idea that nobody has ever quote, ever heard of before, like a zombie rom-com.
You're not wrong.
I know. I've asked one bookstore owner what a zombie rom-com they'd recommend was, and you know what they said?
What? Warm Bodies?
Rom-com by Olivia Dade. That's it. Oh.
But that's not the love interest isn't a zombie. He's a vampire.
He is. Yeah. So I don't know that I'd count that one. It'd be cool to have her on the podcast. But it like just to like hear her take on it. But it's like it's a romance but with a human and a vampire in a zombie apocalypse. So
they didn't even recommend Warm Bodies?
No.
That's wild. I guess the book, maybe the book's not
dark.
Yeah, it's darker. I don't know. Like I haven't read it.
Oh, okay.
Full disclosure. But from like the Reddits and stuff that I've gone on about it, because I was looking at it as a comp. it's a little bit darker than the movie itself.
Okay. Yeah.
So
that was their one recommendation, though.
Well, I'd love to talk to that author. I saw it I remember when I saw it in California in a bookstore, and I was like,
yes,
look.
Yeah, that should have been an Instagram post.
Oh, that should have, yeah.
Opportunity. Oh, well.
I think I still have the picture. I can probably post it so I can...
Yeah.
But anyways, a really good example of Save the Cat that's obvious in the name, but does the Save the Cat process. I think you were saying earlier was Stranger Things, right?
Oh, yeah, so, like, it can be applied across the board for, like, episodics, movies, books, etc. The really funny thing is that in Act 1, you're establishing, like, the quote-unquote normal world. That doesn't mean that there isn't, like, unique things in it. It's not mythical. It's not fantasy. It's not... Like, it doesn't mean that it's not in those worlds. It just means that it's normal. It's the day in, day out of, like, your main character or characters. Like, this is just what everyday life looks like. Like, if everyday life looks like digging under the surface of Mars, then that's where Act 1 brings you into. If everyday life looks like learning how to ride a dragon, like, that's what they bring you into. But then Act 2, it's literally called The Upside Down, and it's supposed to be the complete opposite of the world that your main character has been living in up until this point, with, like, a very distinct break. But I was laughing as I was telling Darcy of, like, it, like, if you don't know the Save the Cat concept, like, and you watch Stranger Things, you're like, wow, like, this is such an inventive title. It's called The Upside Down, and, like, it flips upside down, and, like, everything's different. And then you're like, you know, Save the Cat, and you're like, they literally just ripped the name of the beat. Like, what? Okay.
It worked for him really well, though.
It did. I know. I can't really throw shade. I haven't seen all of Stranger Things, but, like, the first few seasons, like, just so well done. And, it's a really good example of how to do that, though. Of, like, it is, like, the complete opposite, where, like, your hero is now trying to do these new things, but with, like, the old way of doing things. And they're, like, learning and processing and everything through that. And that's where you have, like, the fun and games section, which is where Darcy and I are going to be working here in a little bit, which is, like, they call it the promise of the premise, which is where basically what your hook or, like, your book blurb or your movie log line should be, like, what you're promising to the audience. So, like, if you're promising them a rom-com, this should be, like, where you promise them the rom-com. Like, this is the rom-com moments. If you're promising them a zombie, you know, this is where, like, the crazy zombie stuff happens. And so for, like, yeah.
I guess, like, with ours, we promised them a road trip to try to get to the celebrity pasture to see if they're still married.
Yeah.
So that's... what we promised in that middle section.
Yeah, and also with, like, the zombie rom-com, I think in the notes section, because we have a Save the Cat beat sheet that I've typed up, and I think in, like, one of the sections, I wrote, Act 1, some zom with lots of rom-com, and then I was like, Act 2, lots of scary zoms, some rom-com, Act 3, a lot of both. It's gonna be real weird.
Lauren won't even write the full word zombie. Like,
no.
She's just zom. It's zom. That's it. I wrote a part in Act 1.
Yeah.
That was kind of gross. It wasn't super gross, but it was kind of gross. I'm trying to remember exactly what it was. I think it was with Aunt Sophia.
Okay.
A little bit of a spoiler. Just that part. I'm not telling you anything else. You got to read the book.
Yes.
But it was the part with Aunt Sophia. It's when I introduced... it was the first time I was introducing a zombie that wasn't Gregory. Mm-hmm. And I remember texting Lauren. I was just like, hey, going into this chapter, I'm letting you know there's going to be a zombie. And she was just like, okay.
I'll look at it like this. I think it looks great. No notes.
So I was like, should I warn her that there's going to be zombie scenes? Because, like, that's like every chapter at this point.
I know what I'm getting myself into.
Chapter title, disclaimer. There are zombies in this chapter that are not Gregory.
This chapter, only Gregory.
This chapter, a lot of zombies.
Yeah. I just won't read them at night before bed. It's fine.
You know, though, what I've been finding out while I've been, like, outlining Act 2.
Yeah.
Because, I can't remember if we talked about this in the last episode with just us, but, Lauren had to find out in a stressful way that I write in my notebook. Oh. And then I put it in the doc.
Yeah.
she was very stressed out. I'm very sorry.
It's fine. It's fine. I grew.
But so I did act 1, and then when I had like downtime at work and I couldn't do any like writing in the doc, I was in my notebook and I was working a little bit on act 2. And I have discovered I also don't know how to write zombies.
What?
Yeah. It's either really, really gross. I wrote this one scene. It's a really good scene. It's the scene.
Oh.
The false defeat. Haha. I know the terms. I'm turning into a sort of plotter.
Yay! Save the pants.
But you'll know what I mean though by the... Did you say save the pants?
Yeah.
Oh no! I'm not a pantser, I promise. I'm a pantser, not a pantser. Thank you. Clarification, please.
A non-plotter.
There we go. Okay, so anyways, false defeat scene. Mm-hmm. I really hope I'm using the right term for the scene I'm thinking of, so you know what I'm saying.
It's the midpoint. The midpoint is either it's a false victory or it's a false defeat. It's either it's a moment where like the thing that the hero thinks should happen happens, but it's not actually what they need, or the thing that the hero wants to happen doesn't happen and ends up in a flaming dumpster fire. But it's also not like to their like it's not gonna like end them kind of a thing.
Yeah, because this is the thing where it triggers the separation.
Yes. Yeah. It's okay. What leads to the, like, the bad guys close in moment, which is exactly what it sounds like, which is, like, they thought that they, like, okay, so Clueless is a good example. Or not Clueless, I'm sorry, Mean Girls. Mean Girls is a good example. So, when the burn book is revealed, that's a false victory, where all the girl, like, the main character and her, like, side friends are like, we've defeated the Mean Girls, yeah! But then they all start to have this infighting. That's where bad guys close in. There starts to be infighting. The mean girls start to rally. And then you get to, what is it? It's the bad guys close in, and then it's the whiff of death or dark night of the soul, and then the whiff of... there's levels to it where it's, like, bad guys start to show up and get closer. Like, the main character starts to, like, unravel all the things that they thought was what they thought they needed, but was really just what they wanted, and that all starts to fall apart. So either in the false defeat, it's falling apart, and like it's falling apart anyways, whether it's a victory or a defeat.
Yeah.
Anyways, sorry, I'm nerding out about it.
But, no, that's great information for people. But so yeah, in our false defeat, I wrote this scene, and it's really good. I'm very proud of it. The issue is that I'm very proud of it if this was a zombie book. It's bad. No.
It's bad? It's, like, gory?
Yes. That's the issue so, when I say it, like, okay, I know how to write zombies. There's two... It's either really, really dark and really, really... There's gore, but there's also just... It's really dark, like, humor. Yeah.
Really
or
dark.
It's funny, cutesy, like Gregory. There's no in between. So I wrote this scene, and it got real dark. Like,
oh, dang.
Real dark. I was rereading it, and I was like, maybe I need to go on antidepressants.
Scheduling a call with my therapist now. So I
no, seriously. Yeah. So I was like, yeah. So, anyways, but.
Maybe we'll do a reaction to me reading it.
Oh, that would be good. People can see you when you're
anything for the gram.
Oh, God. We're not going to be those people, are we?
No.
No judgment. You know, everybody does their own thing. I want to stay authentic. That's my biggest thing.
I will authentically be crying behind closed eyes.
Did we have our false defeat? When we were talking about me and you, like with the podcast, when we were talking about possibly not continuing past season 3, was that our false defeat?
That's a good question. I don't know. How much more of our story do we have left to tell?
Or is this our false victory?
We thought we cracked the code on marketing, but really, it's not what we needed, it's just what we wanted.
Oh, no!
Either way, we're at the midpoint.
Oh, man.
I mean, we could be. I don't know. Maybe we are at the midpoint.
Hey.
A midpoint of this season of the podcast.
Yeah, not like life.
No. I mean, like, if you look at, like, the idea of the whole journey of Unholy Vows, it theoretically, like, if all was to play out according to what we hope, like, it would go over the next, like, 3 years. It'd be a thing for, like, 3 more years. So I'm not sure that we're that deep into it, but if we just look at it in segments of, like, this is the Unholy Vows novel segment, then maybe we could be at our midpoint.
Yeah. I mean, they do say once you hit 30,000 words, you, as a writer, you start doubting everything.
The 30K slump.
This is our, this is episode 13.
This is like...
Of season 2. So is this episode 30?
I think, we had 14 or 15?
14, I think, in season 1.
So we're almost to 30.
So we're hitting our 30K slump.
30,000 words spoken.
Yeah.
We've said way more than 30,000 words.
Ugh. I'm so sorry you guys have to listen to us yap. I'm not. Keep listening to us yap. I want to be paid to yap. I do too.
That's the dream, man.
It really is. It's fully the dream. I love doing this. And the people that do interact with us, like, I love, and the connections we make. I've been blowing up Amanda's inbox.
Have you really?
Yeah.
You're like, look at this thing, look at this thing, look at this thing. What about this idea? Ah!
Yeah. So
that's amazing.
Yeah. And I guess I'm going to tease a little bit. I know we teased a little bit earlier, but I want to tease a little bit more.
Okay.
Speaking of guests, you know, I'm trying to figure out how to do this without giving anything away. It's definitely the thing. I
know what you're thinking.
Okay, I hope you do. I hope we're on the same page.
I have so many things simmering on the back burner.
So many.
Go to the nooks and crannies of my mind. What could be back there?
Okay, so you definitely are on the same page. Loved that, by the way.
Thank you.
So, guest slots, of course, when you do a podcast like this, you have select guest slots. A certain amount that you can have people in. But I do want to say to the people who have been reaching out to us, please do not be discouraged. There's definitely something in the works. So that's my spoiler. I hope that's okay that I did that.
Well, it's out there now. I'm not taking it out.
I was trying to keep it as vague as possible, but I still wanted people to know, like, please keep... That was vague!
Maybe I'm too deep into it. I don't think that was vague. That's okay. If they guess it before it happens or before we announce it, then they're true blue in the weeds with us.
Well, there you go. But, no, I wanted to encourage people to keep reaching out. Because we're reading all of the emails. That's my biggest thing. We're reading everything. If you guys comment, if you guys email, if you guys reach out on Threads or TikTok, we're reading it and we're fangirling together. So please keep reaching out. It's not going unheard. So.
I've been actually really surprised at how many people have reached out to us about being on the podcast.
Which is so cool.
Yeah, encouragement to authors out there, like, shoot your shot. If there's a podcast you want to be on, if there's somewhere, like, someone you want to work with, like we've said in other episodes, like our guests have said even, like, start building that warm connection, interact with them on social media, follow their accounts, comment on things, be a super fan. If there's someone that you would, want to work with, and then, just send them an email.
It might just happen.
Or DM or whatever, yeah.
I mean, look at the guests that we've had. Like, some of the guests that we've had would be hard people you'd think to get on a podcast.
Oh my gosh, yeah. They're incredible. And so it's like, it's such a blessing that, like, that they've agreed to come on and that they've shared so much wisdom and insight. And, like, so many of them have so much experience in, like, even the trad industry. And so it's like most of them work in indie as well, or they work exclusively in indie now, but a lot of them have trad backgrounds. And, like, that's incredible knowledge to have. So if you haven't followed our guests either, like, you definitely need to jump on that because they have such great stuff.
Tons of information.
Yeah,
we're constantly sending their reels back and forth to each other. Like,
I know,
check out this carousel.
Like, this is more homework for us. They didn't send it to us, but it is more homework for us, specifically.
specifically.
Yeah, pretty much.
But yeah, just shoot your shot. Yeah, you never know what how good it's gonna turn out.
Yeah, and honestly, like, if you're afraid of rejection, just, like, understand that it's either, like, rejection is just an acknowledgement of not the right time or the right fit. Like, and that's okay. Like, you're not necessarily going to be everyone's cup of tea. You're not going to be everyone's cup of tea as a writer. Your book's not going to be everyone's cup of tea as a book, but that's okay because it doesn't need to be everyone's cup of tea. And so it's like, I was listening to another podcast from a marketing standpoint, and this entrepreneur was sharing that, like, she'll send 100 emails in one night to people she wants to collab with, and she'll get 5 responses back. And then out of those 5 responses, maybe one of them will work out, maybe none of them will work out. And it's like, that's okay. It's about putting yourself out there. It's about, like, just trying and building connections. And it's like, there have been so many people we've reached out to that have either not gotten back to us or have said no or who have bailed at the last second or whatever. And it's like, that's okay because those aren't the right people to be in the spot at that time in that season. And maybe maybe someday they'll loop back around. Maybe they're just not a good fit, period. And that's okay.
Yeah. I mean, like Lauren was saying, you might not be somebody's cup of tea. Like, you are a cup of tea. You just aren't everybody's. And that's fine. Sorry, I came up with that when you were talking, and I was like, I really like this. This should be on a t-shirt. I'm a cup of tea, just not everybody's. Yeah.
I'll do t-shirts at some point. That'd be funny.
Oh, we should do t-shirts. I have some ideas.
Okay, never mind. All right, too many ideas. That's not what is on the back burner. We'll add it to all the pots that are simmering on the back burner.
So many pots simmering.
Yeah, Substack is coming to the forefront. This other thing that we are not ready to share about yet, but will hopefully in the next couple of months be able to drop some exciting news about it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's gonna be a bit before you hear anything, but it's definitely this is definitely being worked on. So, and then we've got the virtual book club on TikTok. So we're doing a lot because really at the end of the day, like I know we've talked about how like we've been disheartened, right, about like the view counts and like the interactions we get. The biggest reason why, in my opinion, that I was getting disheartened is because this is for us to create a community, and when we're not reaching the people that we know would benefit from the community, it makes it really hard to want to, like Lauren said, keep screaming into the void.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I think it's a really great way to say it. It's like, I don't really care if we get 10,000 views on something because that doesn't give me a dopamine rush to be like, oh, 10,000 views, yay. But if it's like there's 10,000 people that are interacting with this and are finding value in this, are feeling seen and heard as authors and artists, like that's where the value is. Yeah.
Like I was talking to my roommate about it last night. I don't care about anybody remembering my name specifically. I care about people remembering that I helped create something that they were missing that helped them along. Because when I was younger, this podcast would have been a lifesaver for me as a writer. Because I took so much time off writing because I talked about this in a previous episode. You know, I wrote a book when I was 15. It was finished. I didn't know how to do anything. And then the people that I did reach out to didn't give me any supportive advice. They gatekept everything. And then the other authors that I spoke to never responded because it was so much harder to like make those connections because social media wasn't as big. But this podcast with all this information, if I had known it when I was 15, if I had listened to it and listened to our guests, I would have had at least some kind of leg up. And that's what I want to be remembered for. I don't want to be remembered for my name or what I look like. I just want to be remembered for the fact that, oh, hey, this girl with her friend Lauren created a community where all of us writers found a connection. And that's, at the end of the day, that's what this is for.
Absolutely. So. Yeah, totally agree. There's nothing else to add to it. That sums it up.
Yeah. All right.
I love it.
Well,
I love it.
Lauren, speaking of social media and wanting to make an impact, where can people find you?
Yeah, if you guys want to hang in community with me and with Darcy, I'll drop mine first and then Darcy can share hers. But mistymorningstories.com is the website. And then you can find the handle Misty Morning Stories on Instagram, YouTube, Threads, Facebook, and Substack. Substack and Instagram, I think, are going to be the main ones, though. Everything else kind of just reshared. But I respond to all the comments and things that you guys share on those. So wherever, pick your platform.
Pick your platform. I like that.
How about you, Darcy?
About the same. So you can find me at Darcy_Michaela on Instagram, Threads, and Facebook. You can reach out on any of those if you want to talk to me. You can also reach me at untitledworkinpodcast. That is on Instagram and TikTok.
Yeah, go to TikTok.
Yeah, go to TikTok. We'll talk. But yeah, so if you're getting any interactions on TikTok, just know that that is me. So any spelling errors you cannot blame on Lauren.
Wait, are people blaming those on me on TikTok? I didn't know that.
No, they're not. Okay, listen. Amanda posted a video of us, like, from the podcast, and I tried to respond to it.
Yeah.
And instead of commenting, I sent it as a message, and then I had to comment it again, and I was like, I'm so sorry, I have no idea what I'm doing.
That's like when I did the L on the, that's like when I did the L on the Instagram stories, and I thought it was like someone pressing a like, not like taking an L, which I know that phrase, I'm not that old, but like, which is fine, so but like, I literally thought it was like clicking a like button. I'm like, oh great, yeah, I'll tell people to like this, and Darcy literally messages me and goes, why did you put taking an L on your stories about our podcast? Like, no, it's a like button. She goes, oh no.
You know, what's so funny is when I first saw it, I thought it was somebody clicking an L, and then I was like, hang on. And then I looked at it again, and I was like, no, the hand is wrapped around the L. It is taking the L.
Well, I am not taking the L. I am liking, just like you should like this video. And
yes.
Anyways, only if you find value in it, though, and want to join our crazy community of authors. We want to help people feel seen, supported, and help you guys get your works out there and done. So
yeah. I also have a website, darcymichaela.com. You can check out there too.
Sorry, I interrupted that.
It's fine. Did we talk about YouTube this time? I know we've missed that a few times.
Yeah.
Okay,
we
cool.
mentioned it. We're good on that one.
Okay. We'll get this down eventually. But yeah, I think that's about it for this episode. I know the story, the Save the Cat stuff. If you guys want more information on Save the Cat, we'd be able to do a full video on it. Lauren loves talking about Save the Cat, and I like learning about it. So I'll actually interview Lauren. Like, we'll go full on. If you guys want to learn more about Save the Cat, I will fully sit there and I will write out a script so I can interview Lauren. So
you guys have to comment though if you want that, because I will like geek out over it and be like, "Woohoo! Let me tell you all the little moments." But I also like, I won't geek out if you guys don't want to hear it. So tell us what you want to hear in the comments below. Let us know. Also, let us know who your favorite guest has been this season. We also have some phenomenal guests in the works, so keep coming back and listening. We've got a lit agent next week, and she's pretty awesome.
She's so awesome. She's such a sweetheart. Also, because it's on theme for this episode, social media marketing. Not saying anything, but if you really could ask some really excellent social media marketers that are really good about marketing, what would your questions be? Because that's a thing that I'm not talking about.
You better wrap us up before we spoil too much.
I'm going to wrap us up. Okay. Well, you know, I keep messing up because I am a work in progress. It's a process.
I like it. Nice.
We'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.
There you go. You gotta make it like an audible version of an eyebrow going up and down. What would that
wiggle,
be?
Wiggle, 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 wiggle.
There you go. Be like wild.
Wonk, 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 wonk.
See, you have to have sound effects.
I'm gonna get us a soundboard.
Oh my gosh, that would be so funny.
I don't think you'd want me to have a soundboard.
Why? What are you gonna put on it?
Not like anything inappropriate, but we'll just be talking and I'll be like, ooh, the sound, and I'll just play it and be like, oh my god.
And you're like, wait, what?
Or knowing me and my spatial awareness, I'll hit it and then like
on accident and scare yourself and your dog. Oh my gosh. Yeah. All right, well, if anyone wants to gift us a soundboard, we'll put that in the blooper section. See who the diehard fans actually are.
They'll love it.
That would be funny. That would be really funny.
You'd unleash my full chaos.
Pretty much. All right, I will have to take over the sound. No, I don't want to take over the soundboard. I don't want any more responsibilities.
Yeah,
Darcy's now. Take it on TikTok Live.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good idea.
That'd be funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so if I had to summarize Save the Cat, I would say that it's a book, and I think they also have a software and stuff. I don't know. What is happening here? We're doing so well.
I'm sorry, just... If I had to summarize this book, it's a book.